Ethanol is a sedative hypnotic substances, and it is basically the most important substance which is mainly used in a society, especially in a Western society. And it has certain types of toxicological symptoms. And beside ethanol, we have other types of alcohol as well, which are mainly used as in a chemical industry. These are methanol, ethylene glycol, and these substances are basically potentially producing the life threatening conditions, and they lead to the chronic alcoholism, and they may lead to the any acute methanol and ethylene glycol poisoning as well. In this lecture we will basically focus on the ethanol, and the toxicity of the alcohols will be discussed in a separate lecture. Alcohol is a simple molecule, and it is basically liquid in nature, and it has a tendency in a low quantity to produce the to produce the reliefs from the anxiety, and it is capable of producing a feeling of well-being or even euphoria. Basically, it is mostly abused in the Western world, and it is prohibited in Islam. However, under certain rural areas, it has been found that certain Muslims are also involved in the consumption of the alcohols. Ethanol is a small water molecule, water soluble substances. However, due to its smaller size, it is easily rapidly absorbed from the GIT tract and easily reach to the CNS. So, depending upon the solubility, it is easily absorbed from the GIT tract and easily distributed among and reach up to the CNS level at normal concentration, normal dose. In the CNS, the concentration of ethanol rise quickly, and large proportion of the blood flow is basically the brain has received a large portion of the blood flow, and ethanol has the capability to readily crosses the biological membranes. The main site where the ethanol is metabolized is basically the liver. And if we talk about the mechanism of action and its pharmacology and its uses, basically if we summarize it, then we can say that ethanol is mainly don't have any own receptors, rather than it produces its effects by mimicking or by changing the receptor subtypes of other neurotransmitters. There are several categories of the alcoholics, and among them, drinker are those which are basically use the alcohol with any kinds of liquid, and usually one or two glass of liquid of the alcohol is taken. Current use are those which are chronically using the ethanol or alcohol, and they are basically are of two type. Either they are used for the binge use once in a day, or twice a day, or as it is this use is basically the occasional, while heavy users are those which are continuously using five or more drinks on the same occasion at least 5 different days in the past 30 days. तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दी ड्रिंकिंग कंडीशन कि कितना वो ड्रिंक कर रहे हैं अल्कोहल, इसके हिसाब से जो ब्लड कंसनट्रेशन है वो अल्कोहल की वो वेरी करेगी. To determine the toxicity of the alcohols, basically we have a criteria, and we have to calculate the BALs. What are BALs? Basically, BALs are given in the mg per 100 milliliters of the whole blood, and we have to calculate the mg of the ethanol, and we estimate its quantity per 100 ml of the blood. We have to convert the weight into kilogram by dividing the 2.2. If the weight is given in the lbs, then this weight has to be adjusted, because not all the body is capable of absorbing all type of alcohol. Usually 75% in man and 66% in women. Then we have to convert the alcohol into milligram, and by that we can get the mg of the alcohol by multiplying the answer with the 100. This is the approximate blood alcohol percentage, which is BAL, and blood alcoholic percentage represents that if the body weight in pounds is 100 to 120, and if the body weight is increasing and drinks are increasing, then there will be the change in the safe driving limit. For example, if body weight is low and no drinks, so safe in driving limits. But however, impairment begins when there is a 1 glass or 2 glass is increment, then there is impairment begins, and driving skills is significantly affected, and possibility criminal penalties are also increasing as the number of drinks are increasing. Then if the drinks are more than 7 drinks per day, then it is legally intoxicated, and it should be punished by government authorities. There is slightly change in the women concentration of the alcohol, and it has been found that women are more liable and more easily undergo the अल्कोहल इम्पेयरमेंट, अल्कोहल के यूज़ से वुमेन ज़्यादा अफेक्टेड होती हैं एज़ कम्पेयर टू मेल्स because of the differences in the metabolism and in decreases in the liver hepatic enzymes. Furthermore, variations of the alcohol effects are also observed among the population, and these may be due to the either previous experience and the amount of alcohol consumed in a given period of time, with drinker size, drinker body fluid, and the metabolism capability. Furthermore, type and amount of food in the stomach also affects the effects of the alcohols, and gender is also affect the alcohol effects on the CNS. Prevalence rate is very common. About 3 in 10% are are basically reporting the drinking alcohol, and at that level they increases their risk for physical emotions and social problems. Alcohol is one of the leading cause of the death among the teenagers because of the violation of the traffic rules, and there are fatalities due to the accidents. And currently, 1 in 4 are basically the alcohol abuser, and there is more abuser in the blackouts. And teenagers are more susceptible for the alcohol misuse. If we talk about the mechanism of the addiction of the ethanol, there is no specific receptor for the alcohol itself. However, it affecting the number of pathways and number of neurotransmitters. These are the neurotransmitters of glutamate pathway, and these are the neurotransmitter of the opioids, and these are the enhancement of the GABA system and the alteration of the brain reward pathway under the influence of the dopamine. This is the one example of the alteration of the neuronal activity by the alcohols, and by we can say by this we can say that alcohol mainly affect the opioid peptides and also activate the GABA VTA interneurons, which activate the GABA receptor by binding its own binding sites on the GABA subtype receptors. Then it also alter the dopamine level, and furthermore dopamine and glutamate, alcohol has the inhibitory effect on the glutamate inputs from the cortex, while it also alter the dopaminergic level in the ventral tegmental area and nucleus accumbens. GABA is the brain's major inhibitory neurotransmitter, and alcohol acts presynaptically at the GABA neurons, and it increases the GABA release, and postsynaptically it enhances the GABA receptor action on its own receptors. Glutamate is the brain's major excitatory neurotransmitter system, and alcohol reduces the glutamate level in the nucleus accumbens and suppresses the glutamate mediated signal transmission in the central nucleus of the amygdala as well. The effects are basically of alcohol is basically the alteration of the NMDA receptor, and this effect is antagonized by the acamprose, which is the basically inhibit the NMDA receptor. So in short, we can say that alcohol reduces glutamate excitotoxicity in VTA, enhances the GABA inhibitory activity in VTA, and enhances the dopamine release from the VTA to the nerve to the norepinephrine ending by disinhibiting the GABA Y endogenous opioid receptors. The release of dopamine mediates alcohol's pleasurable and reinforcing action, while it has the suppressing effect on the serotonin. It causes the decrease in the activity of the serotonin. As opioid system is involved in the alcoholic metabolism and the mechanism of action in the mesolimbic system, then naltrexone is an opioid receptor antagonist, has been shown to limit the craving of the alcohol by reducing the positive reinforcement effect of the alcohol consumption. What are the effects of ethanol on the brain? They execute the different function, and they impair the judgment capability of a person. They causes the distractibility. They reduce the motivation, and inhibition. It causes the memory dysfunction, and it also lead to visual spatial disturbance, by which the person is unable to see properly, to hear properly, and there will be the loss of the upper and lower limb control. There may be changes in the oculomotor control, and basically all cognitive pathways are disturbed by the use of the alcohol. Furthermore, we have certain types of toxic metabolites are there which are produced by the metabolism of the ethanol. These are acetaldehyde, these are fatty acid ethyl esters, which can causes the interruption of the mitochondrial function, and they are responsible for the neuronal damage and the neuroinflammation. Furthermore, it increases the oxidative stress in the body by production of the several oxygen reactive species like nitric oxide, like lipid peroxides, and they basically lead to the DNA damage and inhibition of gene expression and the neuronal death. Because so we can say that alcohol, the end result of the alcohol is either liver failure and the neuronal failure. Furthermore, it also responsible for the reduction in the brain derived neurotropic factor, which is a neurotropin necessary for the neuronal survival, growth, and the differentiation. And we have already discussed that excitotoxic activity during the alcohol withdrawal will mediated by the dysregulation of the glutamate pathway. And the dysregulation of the glutamate pathway is basically responsible for its withdrawal symptoms. Furthermore, it causes the deficiency of the thiamine, and the low levels of the thiamines in the brain is causing the response is basically responsible for the impairment of the several biochemical pathway in the brain. And it also alter the carbohydrate metabolism, lipid metabolism, and the amino acid metabolism. It lead to the liver dysfunction, and it also causes the elevated ammonia. How all this happen? Basically, this is there are majorly three pathways of the alcohol metabolism, and among them the most important pathway, which is the 80%, is the alcohol acetaldehyde or alcohol dehydrogenase pathway. And in this pathway, if we summarize it, there is an conversion of the acetaldehyde in the basically ethanol by means of microsomal enzyme convert into acetaldehyde, or by means of alcohol dehydrogenase it is converted into acetaldehyde. This acetaldehyde is basically have the tendency to producing the flushing, headache, nausea, vomiting, and hypotension, and its high level are basically associated with the feeling that the person should leave the alcohol. However, this acetaldehyde is not normally accumulated, and it is further metabolized by the enzyme aldehyde dehydrogenase present in the liver, and it causes the responsible for the conversion of the acetic acid and stimulation of the fatty acid synthesis, and it will lead to the production of the fatty liver of a person who is basically taking the alcohols. If fatty liver is not stop, or if the condition is continue, the person is continuously taking the alcohol, then this fatty liver will may convert into liver cirrhosis and liver failure, and finally it ends up in the death of a person. Other pathways are the microsomal enzyme activation and the dose dependent elimination from other areas. Microsomal pathway is basically normally not activated. However, in the presence of the alcohol, this hepatic microsomal enzyme stems become activated, and once they are activated, they also responsible for the clearance of the other types of drugs. And basically this pathway lead to the accumulation of the several types of other effects. Usually when the concentration of the alcohol is below 100 mg per deciliter, this pathway is not activated. However, when uh, alcohol dehydrogenase pathway is saturated, then this secondary pathway is activated, and it will also convert the ethanol into the acetaldehyde, and then it is followed by the same pathway as mentioned below. Then there is the dose dependent elimination of the alcohol in the breath, in the sweat, and the urine. And basically, it's also responsible for the identification of the alcoholism in the person. So basically, there are two types of effects on the CNS. One effect, we can say that some are acute effects and some are chronic effects. Acute effects are basically dependent on the blood alcoholic concentration, and it will be different from a person to person. And mostly they are the sedation, loss of inhibition, and impaired judgment, slurred speech, and ataxia. Usually, if the concentration is between 60 to mg, and in some instances it is 50 to 100, then there will be the impairment of the driving, impairment of the concentration, there may be sedation, and there may be increased reaction times. At the dose, at the concentration 100 to 160 or 200, there is impaired motor function and slurred speech and ataxia as well. Or and there is a complete picture of the gross drunkenness. There will be, if the concentration is continue, then there will be emesis, there may be stupor, there may be a loss of consciousness, anesthesia, and coma. And if the concentration is even more than 500, then there will be the respiratory depression and the death. The most important chronic effect is the development of the tolerance and the dependence due to the alteration in the nervous system. Tolerance or the intoxicating effect of the alcohol is a very complex process. And basically, when chronic alcohol drinkers, when forced to reduce or discontinue the alcohol, they will experience a withdrawal syndromes, which indicates the existing of physical dependency. And several types of symptoms like psychosis, delirium, severe anxiety, etc., are developed in a person. Tolerance is mainly due to the upregulation of the NMD type subtype of the glutamate receptors, and in at some instance we can say that GABA mediated tolerance may also be there, or dopamine mediated tolerance also be there. There will be the liver toxicity, and liver and GIT tract is most affected area after the brain, where there will be a fatty liver is produced, and this fatty liver may be progressed to alcoholic hepatitis, and finally to cirrhosis and the liver failure due to the accumulation of the metabolites or the fatty acids in the liver. Other portions of the GI tract also be injured, and it has a direct ulcerative effects on the wall of the GIT tract. And ingestion of alcohol increases the gastric and pancreatic secretion as well as, and it alters the mucosal barriers. So it increases the risk of gastritis and pancreatitis. And the effect may be acute and the effect may be the chronic one. So it also damaging to the GIT tract. It can also lead to the diarrhea, weight loss, and multiple vitamin deficiencies. There may be a syndrome which is characterized by the thiamine deficiency, which is the Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, which is characterized by the ataxia, confusion, and paralysis of the extraocular muscles, and which the prompt treatment is the parenteral thiamine to prevent the permanent memory disorder. Otherwise, the person will feel the permanent memory impairment. There is the disruption of the endocrine system because of the gynecomastia. There may be a testicular atrophy. Testes are not properly functioning, and there may be a salt retention and the altered electrolytes metabolism. In at cardiovascular system, there may be the excessive incident of the hypotension and anemia, and the dilated cardiomyopathy, yani cardiac heart is basically dilated, and there may be arrhythmias, there may be hypertension, there may be anemia. ब्लड कंसंट्रेशन जो है वो कम हो जाएगी. एज जैसे जैसे जो है वो कंसंट्रेशन इंक्रीज होगी वैसे वैसे जो है उसमें ये सिम्टम्स कार्डियोवैस्कुलर डिजीज आएंगे. देयर मे बी रेज इन द सीरम लेवल ऑफ द high density lipoproteins that may protect against the coronary heart rate. The positive point is that केस में सिर्फ एक चीज़ ये है कि HDL की कंसनट्रेशन बढ़ जाती है. Then there is a chance of the fetal alcoholic syndrome, which is basically indicative that it should be avoided during the pregnancy. If it is used in the pregnancy, it is associated with the teratogenic effects that induce the mental retardation, growth deficiencies, and microcephaly of the baby. There may be tendency of the induction of the cancer in a person, and especially it increases the risk of the GI cancer and the breast cancer. It also altered the complete immune system, and chronic alcohol abuser basically lead to the enhancement of the neuroinflammation, as we have discussed. That immunity is suppressed. Now the person is prone to pneumonia as well. बिकॉज ऑफ द इनहिबिशन ऑफ द रिडक्शन मेटाबोलाइट्स दैट इज़ NAD, जो कि हम अगर देख रहे थे कि अगर जो अल्कोहल की मेटाबॉलिज्म थी जिसमें अल्कोहल इज़ कन्वर्ट इनटू एसिडल्डिहाइड, इसमें बेसिकली इट इज़ यूजिंग द NAD एंड इट कन्वर्ट इनटू NAD इनटू NADPH2। दिस NAD जो है वो अगर हमारे पास सब्सटेंस ख़त्म हो जाएगा तो हमारे पास ऑक्सीडेटिव स्ट्रेस इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, तो इट्स ऑल्टर द इम्यून सिस्टम एज वेल and inhibit the immune